In a hierarchy of evil, those at the bottom are not excluded from the punishment from those at the top, and vice versa. I say this because there's something that I noticed. Like somebody said, Bear is worse than the Joker, and while there are two types of evil, they are not comparable in any way, shape, or form. However, Joker being a much worse person than Bear does not exclude the fact that Bear is not a saint either. Now, in order to explain this point, I want to use Dragon Ball. People like to say Dragon Ball has no writing, then ignore one of the best bits of it. Now, when it comes to Frieza and the Saiyans, people ask the question, why didn't Goku bring back the Saiyans in the first place? Why didn't he bring them back after the arc? And Goku spells it out for you. The Saiyans were evil. They were evil. Listen, before Frieza came to their planet, Saiyans would already go on different worlds to conquer those worlds. They took pleasure from it. Vegeta is the prime example. He took pleasure from it. Even though he was a slave to Frieza, he still took pleasure from it. He was mistreated and handled badly, yes, but he still took pleasure from it, as well as many of the other Saiyans. Even though Frieza is a much greater evil for everything he did to them, enslaving them, wiping them out, and doing everything he did, it does not mean that all the harms the Saiyans themselves did was directly only because of Frieza. They themselves had a personal hand to play due to their own love for battle and love for domination. Which brings me to my main point of today, which is that just because somebody is less evil than the other does not mean in any way, shape, or form one is more of a saint than the other. A lesser evil is not the same as a common good. These are two different things. Now, a lesser evil can possibly create a common good. Could possibly, but it sure as hell will still create, at the end of the day, the main outcome, which is more evil. In order to completely remove a terrible evil, we need a Vegeta. He can acknowledge and understand that everything that happened was wrong and move past that to change into a better person than what he thought he was, becoming finally part of the common good. That is how we solve problems, but that's just me.